I never thought my own flesh and blood would turn on me like this. My name's Jack Harlan, and I've spent most of my life out here in the dusty expanses of Arizona, where the sun beats down on the red rocks like a relentless judge. Back in the day, I was a wildfire fighter, battling blazes across the Southwest, from the pine forests of New Mexico to the canyons of Utah. But that all changed when my wife, Clara, got the diagnosis that shattered our world: early-onset Alzheimer's. It was 2015, and we were living on our modest ranch outside Tucson, a spread of 50 acres with a rambling adobe house we'd built up over the years. Valued at about $2.5 million now, thanks to the real estate boom. But back then, it was just home. Clara was the heart of everything. She'd been a schoolteacher in town, the kind who remembered every kid's birthday and baked pies for the county fair. Our son, Dylan, was off in Seattle, climbing the ladder as a tech executive at a big software firm. He'd married Lisa, a sharp corporate attorney from a well-to-do family up north. They seemed like the perfect power couple, always jetting off to conferences or retreats. But when I called Dylan about Clara's diagnosis, his response hit me like a gut punch. "Dad, Lisa and I talked it over. She figures it's best to let the experts handle this. We don't want to stir up more confusion for Mom." That was the start of it. The medical bills piled up fast, $20,000 a month for in-home care, therapies, and meds. I was pulling in $75,000 a year as a training coordinator for the Forest Service, but it wasn't enough. So, I hung up my gear after 32 years, cashed in some retirement, and refinanced the ranch to keep Clara comfortable. Dylan promised visits, but they never came. "Lisa's swamped with a big case," he'd say. Or, "We're worried about the emotional toll it might set back my focus at work." I kept track, over 150 calls that first year, with him picking up maybe a dozen. Each time, I could hear Lisa in the background, murmuring advice like she was scripting a deposition. By 2017, Clara's good days were fading. She'd wander the ranch, calling for Dylan like he was still a boy chasing lizards in the arroyo. Thanksgiving rolled around, and I set the table with her favorite green chili enchiladas, hoping they'd show. Clara even put on her turquoise necklace, the one Dylan gave her for Mother's Day years back. But at 5 p.m., a text buzzed in. "Sorry, Dad. Lisa booked us a spa weekend in Palm Springs. Hugs to Mom." I scrolled through Lisa's social media later. Pictures of them sipping margaritas by a pool. Her caption reading, "Prioritizing us in this crazy world. Self-care wins." It stung, but I swallowed it. Clara needed me strong. The isolation crept in. Neighbors like old Hank from the next ranch over would drop by with casseroles. But Dylan? Nada. In 2018, during a rare video call, Clara asked about grandkids, ones that didn't exist because Lisa wasn't ready amid all this family stress. Dylan cut it short, mumbling, "Lisa thinks it's better not to dwell." The bills climbed to $150,000 that year alone. I sent Dylan statements, hoping for help, but he suggested Medicaid options. Lisa looked into it. "There are programs for folks in your spot." Like his mom was some charity case, after she'd co-signed loans for his college. Christmas 2019 was brutal. Clara had been whispering Dylan's name for days. I decked the house with lights, even strung some along the corral fence. Called him Christmas Eve. "Son, your mom's fading fast. She needs to see you." His reply? "Lisa has us at a ski lodge in Aspen. She says I gotta break this cycle of guilt. It's not healthy for our marriage." Lisa's post that night, "Choosing joy over drama. Boundaries are beautiful." I started recording then calls, texts, Everything. Not out of spite, but to make sense of the madness. By 2020, COVID hit, but our isolation was already old hat. Clara fell that spring, fracturing her wrist on the porch steps. I spent nights in the ER with her, holding her hand as she murmured confused stories from our honeymoon in the Grand Canyon. Dylan sent a fruit basket with a card. Get well soon?
Mom. Love.
Dylan and Lisa. Lisa had never even met Clara properly, just a quick brunch years ago. As Clara worsened, her lucid moments were heart-wrenching. Where's my boy? Jack. Did I do something wrong? I'd choke back tears and say he was busy saving the world with his tech wizardry. The recordings built up. In one from 2021, Dylan's guilt peeked through. Dad. I feel awful. But Lisa says exposing myself to this could trigger my own issues. She's read studies on caregiver trauma. What about your mom's trauma? Lisa says pros handle it best. By 2022, Clara stopped eating much. I'd blend soups from our garden veggies, coaxing her with stories of Dylan's Little League days. Her birthday that year, Dylan skipped for a couple's wellness retreat Lisa planned. Gotta recharge, he said. In early 2023, Clara's hip gave out after a bad night. 3 days in the hospital. Me by her side. Dylan texted, thinking of you. No visit. Lisa's influence was crystal clear in an overheard snippet. Don't get sucked in. Dylan. Focus on us. Clara passed in February 2024. In our bedroom, overlooking the saguaros. Her hand in mine. I left Dylan a voicemail. Son, it's time. She's slipping away, please come. He called back days later. Dad, we were at a tech summit in Vegas. Lisa thought it wasn't critical yet. She died alone with me, whispering his name. The funeral was small, neighbors. My old fire crew. Dylan? Lisa says the grief might overwhelm me. I buried Clara under a mesquite tree on the ranch, as she'd wanted. That's when the real storm brewed. 3 months after Clara's passing, I was still rattling around the empty ranch, her knitting basket untouched in the living room. The place felt like a ghost town, wind whistling through the cottonwoods, coyotes howling at night. Then Dylan called, not to mourn, but with an agenda.
Dad.
Lisa and I are worried about you. The ranch is worth a fortune now, $2.5 million easy. But you're out there alone, grieving. Lisa did some digging. She thinks your judgment's off. I hit record on my phone, sensing the shift. What do you mean?
Well.
Lisa's a lawyer. She knows about elder law. The stress from caring for Mom could have messed with your head. We're talking cognitive stuff. She suggests signing the ranch over to us, setting up a trust. You'd stay, but we'd manage things to protect you. Protect me? From what? Dad. If you don't, Lisa says we might need to step in legally. As a tech guy, I see patterns, your isolation, the debts. It screams impairment. We could petition for guardianship. His voice echoed Lisa's legalese, like she'd prepped him for court. You'd have me committed? Not committed. Dad, just evaluated. Lisa researched it. In Arizona, if there's evidence of decline, a court can appoint guardians. It's for your safety. The call lasted 22 minutes, him parroting Lisa's research, her voice faintly coaching in the background. Tell him about the financial red flags. Dylan. I ended it calm. I'll think on it. But inside, I was boiling. After 8 years of them ghosting Clara. Now, they wanted the ranch? No way. I called my old buddy, attorney Maria Gonzalez, who'd handled our wills years back. Her office in downtown Tucson was a no-nonsense spot with views of the Santa Catalina Mountains. Jack, I'm heartbroken about Clara, she said, pouring coffee. I played the recording. Her jaw tightened. This is borderline elder abuse.
Jack.
Threatening guardianship to grab assets? In Arizona. That's serious. Could trigger investigations by Adult Protective Services. Can they pull it off? They'd need medical evals. Court hearings. Proof you're incompetent. But with Lisa's legal smarts and Dylan's tech cred, they could push. Best defense. Go on offense. Document their neglect. Protect your assets. I told her about my 8 years of records, calls, bills, social posts. That's gold.
Jack.
Shows abandonment, especially with Clara suffering. Could tank their reps if it goes public. We talked options. Selling the ranch crossed my mind. The memories were too heavy now. But instead of pocketing it, what if I donated? Clara always said, if my pain helps one family, it's worth it. Maria's eyes lit. To an Alzheimer's nonprofit? That's a $2.50 meal gift. Tax smart too. But Dylan and Lisa? They learned the hard way. We drew up papers. Transfer to the Southwest Alzheimer's Foundation, funding a care center in Clara's name. I'd keep living rights for a year. Announcement at their annual gala in Phoenix. Dylan never missed it for networking. Lisa tagging along for connections. Back home, I organized the evidence in the barn office. Folders by year, 2015 to 2016, 142 missed calls. Zero financial help while bills hit $120,000. 2017, Thanksgiving skip matched to Lisa's spa pics. 2018, Clara's pneumonia, me at hospital 38 times. Them in Napa. Texts from Lisa to Dylan, he'd forwarded once by mistake, avoid the drama, it's toxic for your career climb. 2019 to 2020, holiday excuses layered with Lisa's posts on healthy boundaries. Financial tally, $480,000 out of pocket. Refinances eating equity. 2021 recordings, Dylan admitting, Lisa's right, staying away protects me. 2022, birthday no-show for retreat. 2023, hip break, flowers sent, no visit. Final folder, death notification ignored. Funeral skipped. Character statements 2, from Doc Ramirez, Clara's physician. Chief Ramirez, my old boss. Neighbors attesting my sharpness. The gala loomed. Dylan texted, see you there? Dad? Lisa wants to chat property. I replied, wouldn't miss it. The night before, I sat on the porch, stars blazing overhead. Clara's spirit felt close. This wasn't just revenge, it was justice, with room for growth. Maybe Dylan could learn. The gala was at a swanky Phoenix resort, palms swaying under string lights. The desert air crisp. I wore my best Western shirt and boots, Clara's favorite. Maria came as backup. Dylan and Lisa were schmoozing, him with tech donors, her with lawyers. They spotted me, approaching with fake smiles.
Dad.
Good to see you, Dylan said, hugging stiffly. Lisa air-kissed. Jack. We've been thinking about you. The program started. Foundation Director Elena Vargas introduced me. Jack Harlan, retired wildfire hero, devoted caregiver to his late wife Clara during her Alzheimer's fight. Applause. I took the mic. Heart pounding. Thanks.
Folks.
3 months ago, I lost Clara after 8 grueling years. Today, I'm donating our Tucson ranch, valued at $2.5 million, to fund the Clara Harlan Caregiver Support Center. Gasps.
Claps.
Dylan's face paled. Lisa's eyes narrowed. This center will aid families like mine, respite care, counseling, financial aid. Because caregiving's about showing up, Not credentials. Tone shifted. But not everyone gets that. Some prioritize careers over kin. I nodded at Dylan. My son Dylan and his wife Lisa suggested I sign over the ranch. Claiming grief impaired me. Threatened guardianship if I refused. Murmurs. I'd like context. Played the recording. Dylan's threats. Lisa's coaching. Room went silent. Over 8 years. Dylan visited 0 times. Clara asked for him daily. Slides, call logs, bills. Lisa's posts during crises. Living our best life, no drama. Hospital records. My visits versus. There's none. A voicemail. Dylan's excuse for missing deathbed. Elena stared at Dylan. His boss from the firm approached. We need to talk ethics. Lisa stood. This is slander. Maria interjected. Arizona law allows recordings with one-party consent. And this exposes potential abuse. Lawyers whispered. Tech execs distanced from Dylan. I rapped. This donation honors Clara's wish to help others. Maybe it teaches that family bonds outlast ambition. Applause mixed with shock. Dylan pulled me aside post-event. Dad. Why? You chose Lisa's playbook over your mom. Now face it. Lisa stormed off. Phone in hand, damage control. Neighbors back home rallied. Hank brought beer, saying, You did right, Jack. Peace settled, but with a humane twist. I left Dylan a door open. The fallout hit quick. Dylan's firm put him on leave pending review, abandoning family while using influence for gain violated their code. Lisa's law firm launched an internal probe. Clients dropped her over the optics. Social media blew up. Local news covered the heartbreaking donation exposing neglect. I fielded calls from support groups, sharing Clara's story. 2 months later, Dylan showed alone at the ranch.
Dad.
Lisa left. Said the scandal ruined her rep. Blamed me for not standing up. He looked broken. Eyes red. I let her control everything, ashamed of Mom's decline. Took the easy out. I poured coffee. Clara deserved better.
Son.
I know. Can I help at the center? Volunteer. Use my tech skills for their apps. I paused. Revenge felt hollow now. Clara always preached forgiveness, with accountability. Start by volunteering. Earn trust. He nodded. Over weeks, Dylan showed, helping families navigate apps. Sharing regrets in support groups. I pushed everyone away, he'd admit. Slowly, we talked. Memories of Clara teaching him to ride horses. Family barbecues. Lisa sued for defamation. But Maria countered with evidence. Case dismissed. She moved east. Career in tatters. Dylan divorced. Focusing on redemption. The center opened 6 months on, ribbon cutting with me and Dylan side by side. Elena praised, this is healing in action. I downsized to a condo in Tucson. Volunteering too. Dylan visited weekly real talks.
No excuses.
Lesson? Family's fragile. Communication mends what ambition breaks. As the center thrived, publishing caregiver guides, I reflected on the journey. Dylan's growth was the real win. Clara would have smiled. We hiked the canyons. Rebuilding. Dad. Thanks for the second chance. Earned it.
Son.
The ranch sale funded therapies helping hundreds. Light lesson. Revenge can evolve to redemption when hearts open. In the West's vast skies, there's room for forgiveness.